And hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Kpush podcast, episode 191. We're coming at you at 3:20 in the morning. I said that I was gonna come back from open mics at 1:30 in the morning, and I said that I was gonna get right on this, and then I started writing jokes, and I just kept writing. And then I was like, I don't think I've eaten since 8 o'clock, and that was about 2:30 in the morning. So then I made eggs. Your boy made some eggs, and then he set up the pot. He set up the pot equipment, and your boy made himself a nice cup of tea. I'm just becoming a fag. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sitting in my bedroom alone at 3:30 in the morning, talking to nobody, sipping on some nice tea. Okay, and this is a new thing for me, the nice tea thing. So we're gonna figure out how it works on the pod, because I'm not too sure yet. But the thing is what I like about the tea is I always need something during a pod, and I've said this before. I need like a Zin. I need a nice Red Bull. Maybe I even need 2 Red Bulls. I need some liquid IV. I need something. I need a nice booze, a nice drink, maybe a nice dab pen. I'm not sure. It depends on the day. Depends on what I'm feeling. Depends on my schedule. But right now, what I like is just a nice cup of warm tea. Yeah, just a nice cup of warm tea. And let me tell you this, as I've been getting more and more into tea, I'm beginning to realize how many of them are as terrible as I thought they were. I mean, some tea actually tastes fucking disgusting. I mean, it tastes like if somebody took a leaf and blended it and then just handed it to you. And they're like, here's the tea. And it's just leaf. It's just leaf shake. That's all it is. But I'm going to try and keep this one short and sweet, which means I'm going to get into something and go off for it for about an hour and a half. And then I'm going to be recording at 5 o'clock in the morning going, what happened? Why did I bring up the Epstein files? Why did I do that? I knew I shouldn't have done that. I knew that it was going to be a 50-minute tangent rant. I knew that was going to happen. Why did I do that? I don't know. I'm working on this new joke. Before we get into the joke that I'm working on, this month has been fucking crazy. It's been a minute since I sat down and fucking tried to talk into a microphone with you guys. I mean the 5 people listening. But I had just started trade school, and it's a lot tougher than what it's sold out to be. I was sold by Alex Olinger that trade school was gonna be like an adult playground. Where it's just a bunch of felons and people who can't speak English, and they're just gonna be working with their hands, and they're gonna talk about their feelings, and it's all gonna be nice and fun. No, I'm kidding. It's not that. It's not that at all. It's a lot of reading. The whole first half of the day is just reading, and that's tough for me because I find this shit extremely boring. I mean, I find this electrician shit unbelievably boring. And then the second part of the day is actually kind of like that, where it is, you're just working with your hands, you're practicing wiring stuff and trying to figure things out kind of by yourself, and that's actually fun for me, and I could see myself doing that. But this reading shit and memorizing, oh my god, just let me taste lead. I mean, it's fucking horrendous. I'm telling you, I'm sitting there, I'm trying to read, and my eyes start to hurt. I mean, it's fucking horrible. And so my second week of trade school, and that's 3 days out of the week. So it's 3 days. It's 8 hours, but it's like a 45-minute drive home, and it's a 30-minute drive there. So the whole day is about like 9.5 hours, give or take. And the second week of trade school ran right into I had to get lifeguard certified again. I had to go back and do the whole class again, and that was 4 days of just 40 hours of training. Over 40 hours. I think it's well over 30. I think it's 35 hours of in-person training, and then I think it's 10 hours of online training. So I think it was like 45 hours in about 4 days or something like that. And by the end of, and then that ran right back into my third week of trade school. So for about 10 days, I was just driving somewhere, doing something I did not want to do. And by the end of it, I just wanted to put a bullet in my brain. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I wanted to Luigi Mangione myself. It was so fucking bad. The only thing that got me through it was that new Pusha T album. That new Pusha T album is fucking fire. Oh my god. Let God Sort 'Em Out. That shit is amazing. I mean, just the actual song, Let 'Em Sort 'Em Out with Nas, which is actually, when you have a Nas feature, and that's, when that's one of the worst parts of the album, it's a good fucking album, man. It's a good album when a Nas feature is the worst part of an album. It's a good fucking album. And then you got the return of Tyler, the Creator, and Pusha T making a song together, which I don't think has happened since Trouble on My Mind. And they just fucking both annihilate that song. I mean, it is amazing. I know I know this album. I've listened to it a bunch. Let 'Em Be, I think, is another one of those great songs here. Let me look it up, because I'm just going to sound like a fucking retard trying to talk about this album without the fucking songs. It's just going to piss me off. What is it? I mean, you had yeah, and then you had Chains and Whips with Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar's still just taking shots, huh? I mean, this guy's just Steph Currying this motherfucker. It's insane. I mean, it's 2025, and he was relevant in, 2012? He's had this 13-year run of just unbelievably songs, verses, albums, music videos, fucking diss tracks. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know at what point is it like undeniable that it's like, nah, Kendrick. I mean, he's the GOAT. I mean, because he's already up there with like the GOATs. You can talk about Kendrick like Biggie or Tupac or Nas or Eminem. You know, any one of these big guys. Snoop Dogg, of course. But it's like, dude, at what point is it just like, nah, man, I mean, he's the best. He's the greatest to ever fucking live. It is kind of, you got to step back and think about that, because, I mean, he was kind of big before 2012, wasn't he? I mean, because when did ADHD come out? That was around like 2010, wasn't it? I believe ADHD was around 2010, and Section 80 was 2011. Overly Dedicated was 2010, but that wasn't that big of an album. But Section 80 was huge, and that was in 2011. So for 14 years, just a huge artist. Huge. It is, and it is funny too, right? Like, I imagine in 2011, oh my God, before Trump was a politician. That's so nuts and so crazy. How old was I in 2011? What was I, 8? I was 8 years old. Jesus Christ. Um, way before I started just ranting on a podcast with absolutely no one listening. And so you just think about that. You're listening to Kendrick Lamar in 2011, and you have no idea that 14 years later, he's going to be still one of the most relevant artists spoken of. That's so nuts, man. You know how many bands never got 14 years? Some bands never got fucking 10, you know? And here's this guy just smashing by himself. Just fucking every year. I mean, he did take that break, what was it, in between, like, he did take that break, right? It was, right in between Damn and Miss Morale. That was 5 years. It was 2017 to 2022, but you still had the Black Panther album. So what the fuck am I talking about? That's not true. And you had the Baby Keem feature, Family Ties, that came out in what, 2021? So now, I mean, just relevant literally the whole time. Literally the whole time. 14 fucking years. Jesus Christ, man. That's so nuts. At what point, though? That was circling back to what I originally said. At what point are you just like, nah, man, come on. Come on, he's the best. He's the greatest that ever lived. Was it 20? 25? What if in 10 more years Kendrick's just still smashing? It would be unheard of. If Kendrick Lamar is still as relevant as he is right now, 10 more years, dude, I don't think you're gonna have an argument. True, I don't think you'll have an argument. I think you'll just be like, no, come on. It's like Dave Chappelle, you know. Like once Dave Chappelle dropped his last special, it's hard to argue that maybe he isn't the greatest of all time. And there are people that could have probably been better than him. I mean, I guess you have George Carlin. But like, who else? Who else was relevant for that long? Because you got to think with Dave Chappelle, that came out in what, the early 2000s? So Dave Chappelle has been extremely relevant for 25 fucking years. That's insane. That's fucking nuts. And I think you had people that might have been better or funnier than Dave Chappelle, but not for that long. I mean, Patrice O'Neal is probably... I would say Patrice O'Neal is probably a little bit better than Dave Chappelle overall, but it was quick. Like, that was a very quick time span. He unfortunately, rest in peace. But, like, I don't know. You're going to get to these 25-year careers, and they've just been smashing, and it's like, dude, I don't... Like, what other comedian has had a 25-year run just of consistently being relevant? I guess you got... I mean, I guess you have Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan really wasn't known for a stand-up until, like, the 2000s. He was more known for news radio. And then he came out with Fear Factor. So his, like, comedy didn't really pop off. Some say it still hasn't. Some would say Joe Rogan's stand-up comedy career is still waiting to take off. But I mean, what? It's a joke. Relax. Calm down. No, I mean, I don't know. Bill Hicks was quick. Bill Hicks is quick. Patrice O'Neal is quick. Some guys that are out now haven't been around long enough. Tim Dillon hasn't been around long enough. I don't know. 25-year comedians other than Dave Chappelle. Dude, that's tough. I don't know. Who are as relevant as Dave Chappelle. The only other one I can think of is George Carlin. Andrew Dice Clay isn't. Bobby Lee isn't. I mean, obviously they're great and relevant, but like the relevancy of Dave Chappelle or George Carlin, I don't know. I don't think there's another one. Cat Williams, I guess. Maybe Cat Williams. But he's not as relevant as Dave Chappelle right now. I don't think you could say that. I mean, his 2024 special was good, though. I don't know. All right. Anybody who's not into stand-up comedy has now clicked off of this podcast. Anyone who's like, all right, dude, what are you doing here? You're going to talk about Dave Chappelle for 45 minutes? No, we're going to talk about Israel, okay? We're going to get to that. We're going to get to Gaza, okay? You got to give me some time. Let me, loosen up a little bit. I'm a little rusty after fucking not doing this for a month, okay? Okay. Relax. Let me get started off with some Dave Chappelle and Kendrick Lamar commentary. Can the white boy in the bedroom talk about two of the biggest black artists of all time? Can that happen? Isn't it White Boy Summer? White Boy Summer can't be over. It didn't feel like White Boy Summer. Can I be honest with you? It didn't feel like White Boy Summer. It kind of felt like Bomb the Palestinian Summer. Can I be honest with you? Everyone was like, dude, it's a white boy summer. Trump is in office. Trump is back. And it kind of felt like the pedophile bomb Gaza and deport illegal immigrants summer. That's kind of... You know what I mean? It didn't feel like... I thought I'd be slinging dick this summer, cuz... You know what I'm saying? I thought I would pull up to the club and I whip out my cock and somebody would take a lick. That didn't happen, okay? Everyone just talked about Gaza and the Epstein files and how any brown person who supported Palestine just got locked up. Can I be honest with you? That's what this summer felt like. It doesn't feel like a white boy summer when the end of the summer, the president's like, you know what? You burn a flag, you lock up in jail. How about that, cuz? It doesn't feel like a white boy summer. What if I want to burn a flag? Faggot? I mean, I'm not going to do that. I would have to, go to the store. I have to, buy a flag with my own money. And then, I have to, take it back. It's too much. It's too much work, actually. I'm fine. I'm, fine right here. But sometimes I might want to burn a flag. I'm not going to. You know what I mean? What if I want to burn a flag? No, I can't do that. Well, then it's not white boy summer. If I can't burn a flag in my own goddamn country, it's not white boy summer. Okay? White boy summer was a failure. I don't know what to tell you. When's the real white boy summer coming? When is the real white boy summer coming? When is the summer coming where Eminem and Logic are going to drop an album. When is that happening? I want an actual white boy summer. I want an actual white boy summer where Nick Fuentes rides around on a tank through Washington, D.C. When's that? You already got the military out in D.C. Throw Nick Fuentes in one of those tanks. And let's call it White Boy Summer. For real. This wasn't White Boy Summer. Can I be real with you? Nothing about this summer felt like White Boy Summer. Sorry. It kind of felt like let's deport all the pedophiles back to Israel summer. That's... That's what it felt like. That's what it felt kind of... Can I say this? I'm not allowed to say this. But this white boy summer kind of felt like a Jewy summer. It felt a little Jewy. Sorry about the Jewy. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? The white boy summer ended up being a whole lot of talk about the Jews. Okay? Just because we don't have BLM in the streets doesn't make it not white boy summer. Or wait, did I say that wrong? I said that wrong. Just because we don't have BLM in the streets doesn't mean it's white boy summer. That's what I meant to say. God damn it. I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired. I finished that sentence and I was like, I don't think my brain's working. Wait, hold on. I don't think my brain is actually doing its job right now. It's 3:40 in the morning. What happened? How did I end up here? Whatever. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, I got a shit ton of stuff to talk about. I mean, what do we want to talk about is my question. This is where I need letters. I need people to write in. The problem is no one's listening. So we'll go off on my notes here of things that I wrote down. We'll do that. All right? We'll do that. But yeah, I'm working on this new joke. I'm not talking about stand-up comedy. I didn't think about that. I talked about stand-up comedy enough on this fucking pod. You know what? No, this is a good one. Benjamin Netanyahu. So dumb. Benjamin Netanyahu. Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm gonna figure it out so it comes off clean. He's doing a pod run. I don't know if you've noticed this. He's doing a nice little pod run. He's going around and he's going on the Nelk Boys. He's gonna go on Theo Vaughn's podcast soon. He's gonna go on Theo Vaughn's podcast very, very, very soon. I feel it, and they're gonna have a good time. Make no mistake, cuz when Benjamin Netanyahu goes on Theo Vaughn's podcast, baby, I'm telling you right now, they're gonna have a good time. And you know, they're going to up the Holocaust numbers, by the way. I mean, Benjamin Netanyahu is just going to start being like, you know what? 10 billion Jews died in the Holocaust. And that's why Israel needs to take over all of Europe, actually. Israel, the great Israel borders actually need to expand to all of Europe. That's what's going to happen. And Theo Vaughn's just going to sit there and go, Theo Vaughn's just going to go, yeah, I knew this one guy, right? He said he ate like 6 carrots, but I knew it was 10. Like, and it's just going to be... Theo Vaughn's just going to sit there and go, yeah, I knew he was 10 carat Larry. His name was Larry. We called him 10 carat Larry. He always said that it was 6 carats, but we always knew that he liked 10. And Benjamin Netanyahu is just going to sit there and go, yeah, that's why. And what did your friend Larry have to do? And Theo Vaughn's just going to look at him and go, well, he need to expand his borders. You know? Theo Vaughn's just going to sit there and go, you know, we knew this one guy, right? And his name was Ken. And Ken had 10 dogs. Ken had 10 dogs. And sometimes when Ken was angry, he went in and he shot each and every one of them dogs. And I would go over and I would be like, hey, Ken, what are you doing? I feel like you're committing a genocide against these dogs. And Ken would always look at me and he would say, no. One of them bit me. So I had to kill all of the dogs. We called him Genocide Ken. We called him Genocide Ken because he would kill those dogs. And Benjamin Netanyahu is just going to go, I don't think that's genocide. It's a terrible bit. It's a terrible, horrible bit. But no, I mean, he went on. What was the other guy's name? Kristen? Something Kristen? Right? It was the British people. By the way, no. Can I say this? No. Enough of this. You're going on British programs, Benjamin. You're getting our money. You go on a podcast, it better be fucking American. How about that? How about get these fucking Brits out of the conversation? I'm so sick of these Brits having a fucking opinion on fucking Israel. You're not giving them money, fag. You got fucking health care. What are we talking about here? What are we fucking doing? Enough with the Brits and the Israel talk. It's America, baby. We're the one with the welfare state. Okay? We got the welfare fat baby mama called Israel. Okay? And we're the only ones who are allowed to talk about this, okay? I want no fucking person with a British accent going, you know what, you need to talk. No, shut the fuck up, you stupid faggot. What are we talking about here? You're not giving any money. When you go in, you work for your shitty job at fucking whatever, at British. I don't know. I know British isn't, a place, but I'm going to disrespect the fuck out of them. If you're going to British, if you live in British and you're fucking working at wherever the fuck, your taxpayer or your tax money ain't going to fucking Israel. That's mine. When I go in and I work at Kava for $17.25 an hour, my money is going to the Jew land. And so, by God, I'm going to talk about the Jew land. And it is what it is. I'm sick and tired of these fucking British people. No one without an American accent can talk about this, by the way. I'm sick of anybody else can shut the fuck up, please. Where was the podcast that he's been going on? Holy shit, Benjamin Netanyahu's fucking 75 years old? That's insanity. Oh my God, he's so old. That's fucking nuts. No, so he went on the Nelk Boys. I'm trying to look up what other podcasts he's gone on. I know he went on the Nelk Boys. He went on, what's his name? Christistine? Oh my God. I see, this is my problem. I can't fucking get it. Why can't I fucking get it? The only one that's coming up is the Nelk Boys. Why is the Nelk Boys coming up? Why is that the only one coming up? I know he went on trigonometry, and he went on the PBD podcast. I gotta say, man, it is funny when a fucking government official of another country's gotta go talk on podcasts. That seems pretty fucking insane, if you ask me. But again, I don't know, man. I don't know. This seems pretty fucking crazy to have people getting their straight information from Benjamin Netanyahu from the Nelk Boys in the PBD podcast. I don't know his name. I'm trying to find this guy's name. Patrick Bet David. Bet David's a funny name, huh? Bet David? That's hilarious. So Patrick Bet David, that was the guy. And Krinsenstein is the other one. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? But yeah, man, I mean, this guy is just doing a nice little internet tour while he bombs a place to smithereens. That is kind of a good state of where the world's at. You know, you can just bomb a place to smithereens, and you can just go on a podcast. You know, you can just go on a podcast. Won't matter. Whatever, you want to riff? Why don't you riff? Why don't you do what I've been doing since I was 17 years old? Go ahead. Go ahead, do that. Fuck it, who cares? Enough of this shit. Yeah, and Trump's talking to Putin too. They're having meetings. That's like, you know. What's going to happen, really? Is the Ukraine thing over? Are we going to be best friends with Russia? Everyone's talking about this, and it's like, I don't think that this is going to end, man. I truly do. I've lost, like, all hope in this whole thing of, like, we're going to end wars and everybody's going to be okay. You know, it just doesn't really seem like that's the direction we're heading. And I know that there's, like, this whole peace treaty deals or whatever the fuck. But weren't there peace treaty deals with Iran? Wasn't that the big thing with Iran, too? Is that we're going to have peace treaty deals and then nothing's going to happen. And then all of a sudden we're, like, bombing them. So I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it's good that they're talking about, or they're talking to each other, is what I should say. But it is just like, does anyone really believe that, like, any long-term outcome is going to come from this. Also, what happens after Trump? Like, the Democrats are going to get in the next one, no doubt. Because what? Are the Libertarians going to win? The Libertarians aren't going to win. No one's going to want anything to do with the Republicans after this fucking shit show. So the Democrats will get in, and what? They're going to be best friends with Russia? Really? Is this the theory? Is the theory that the Democrats are going to be best friends with Russia? Really? Do you see that happening under any circumstance? Do you see, like, we being buddies with Russia? They're making a big fucking deal about this, man. They're making a big deal about fucking everything. It's so obnoxious. It's like nothing's changing. Is anybody's life easier? By the way, is anybody satisfied, or is anybody's life easier since Trump got into office? No, I'm sorry. I'm just asking. Just for, like, the fun of it. Like, you get to this point where you're starting to look at all these news articles and you're just like, dude, nothing. This isn't going to amount to anything. I mean, I guess it's good that they're talking. But again, like, what's going to come of that? And do we really need to keep talking about it? It kind of seems redundant to keep just bringing it up over and over again. You know? And then what's going on with this pedophile who got shipped back to Israel, huh? This fucking pedophile who was found guilty. Or whatever the fuck. He showed up somewhere with condoms expecting to meet with a 15-year-old boy. And he just got extradited back to Israel. I mean, man, it's just like, all this is just a slap in the face. And if you're, like, working, you're young, and you're working hard, and you're trying to get ahead, you're looking at all this, and you're just like, AI's coming. I mean, AI is just on its way. We're getting fucking nowhere. This kind of felt, I think a lot of people, this kind of felt like, with this last Trump administration, it was like the last hope. And it hasn't, like, brought or promised anything. And so, I don't know, man. At what point do you just actually revolt? I mean, do you actually just start, like, a revolution? Because, I don't know. I mean, we are at this point now where we do have to begin to ask that question. Like, sorry. And I know all these, like, older people are like, yeah, but, like, no, that's not the way to do it. Shut the fuck up. You let this get this out of hand. Sorry. You let these fucking boomers run shit forever. I don't know what to tell you. You let AI just fucking develop and it's gonna take over everybody's fucking jobs. You're gonna be dead. You're gonna be fucking dead. All these people are like, no, don't start a revolution. You're gonna be dead by the time AI comes around. So, like, what? What are you saying? Does it matter? I feel like it doesn't matter. I mean, everybody's so fucking worried about these fucking illegal immigrants taking everybody's job, and there's just this thing coming. You know, there's like this fucking big winter coming of just everybody's fucking jobs gone. And then what? I don't want to have kids. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I look at the news, I'm like, I can't. You want me to have a baby with this shit going on? Number one, I'm already retarded. So I don't think I want to pass my genes down any further. You know? I don't know, man. I know that this is sort of like a depressing podcast, but I'm tired. I needed to get the rust off the belt. I didn't know what to do. This is the stuff that I wrote down. And whatever the fuck. Can I talk about, how about this? We'll wrap up on this. Dating apps. I'm officially at the point now where I gotta get my nuts sniffed on. You know what I mean? I do. I gotta fucking get my nuts sniffed on. I gotta get someone to just fucking suck my dick. You know what I mean? Lick my taint. That's what I gotta do. I gotta do what I gotta do. And I trying out these fucking dating apps. And Jesus fucking Christ, are they the worst. I mean, these fucking dating apps literally are the death of everybody. I downloaded, like, I got the big three or whatever. I got the Hinge, the Bumble, and the Tinder. And, literally today, I'm literally not kidding about this. Today I made a joke about Joe Rogan. And I saw the person message me going, I can't tell if you're joking or not. And by the time I was driving in the car, and by the time I got to the location that I was at, she had unadded me. So it's just like, you know what, man? What are we doing? You know what I mean? What are we fucking doing? Nobody asks each other out anymore, apparently. Like, this is a thing. No one wants to ask each other out. It's all like fucking middle school shit, where you gotta go through like a friend of a friend to fucking ask if somebody wants to fuck you or not. It's like insane. It's like a big thing. No one's asking each other out anymore. How are we gonna fuck? AI's coming and no one's fucking. This is the one thing I never expected from the end of the world or end of civilization. I thought people would be having sex. You know what I mean? I thought people would be like getting crazy. I thought there would be like bondage in the streets. I thought everybody would be on like 50 Shades of Grey shit. And everyone's just like, nah, vanilla, celibate. Let's not have sex. It's like the end of the world is coming, by the way, guys. I don't know if anybody else is concerned. I'm like a little concerned. I guess not that concerned. There's nothing I can really do about it. I'm just trying to tell dick jokes and get famous on Kill Tony before. But like, dude, if you're like working at like an office job, or like you're like, I'm going to be like a nurse. I'm going to be like a nurse. Or like whatever the fuck. You know, I'm going to get like a boyfriend or whatever. Dude, you're done. You're like done. It's over. Like, what are you doing? Have sex. Getting a boyfriend. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Why is everyone just not fucking each other? There's like studies done. My generation's fucking less than any other generation. What's happening? I thought this generation was supposed to be like bad. This was like the thing that we were told as kids. Is like, Gen Z, you don't know. These kids are going to be fucking nuts. And then we grow up and everyone's just like watching porn, not fucking, and hitting their nicotine vapes. That's it. That's what this crazy generation has come to, by the way. Is being celibate and hitting a banana-flavored nicotine disposable. That's all this is. All this shit. Oh my God, they're like so liberal. Oh my God, they're gonna like introduce socialism. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? What? We're just hitting nicotine vapes, waiting for AI to like take over while we play PlayStation 5 in our mother's basement. That's it. That's all that's happening. Nothing else. There's literally nothing else happening. So, like, what the fuck are we talking about here? This whole fucking rant that I was given as fucking kids. Also, remember when teachers would tell you that you shouldn't use a calculator because you don't know when you're going to have it? Remember that was like a real thing teachers would like look at you with a straight face and say. Like, oh my God. Are you using a calculator? What, are you out of your mind? What happens if you grow up and you don't have a calculator on you? Bitch, what? What the fuck are you talking about, you dumb cunt? AI is going to take my job. AI is going to have a calculator, you dumb cunt. What are we fucking saying? Nuts. Nuts the things that were said about my generation and what we were handed. Imagine having a baby in 2025. Gen Alpha. That baby's fucked. Just kill it. Literally, if you got a baby that was just born, just fucking shoot him in the face. That baby's got no fucking hope. Well, you got hope for that kid? By the time that they're 15, every single thing that they're ever going to want is going to be done by AI. Literally. Like 10 years from now, 2035. Remember the difference from like 2015 to 2025? There wasn't any like major crazy differences except like this whole thing of AI. This whole thing of AI has completely changed the narrative for so many different things. And so it's just like, what are we doing? What the fuck are we saying? Are we really saying that, like, what are they going to do? A baby born right now? What the fuck are they going to do? Gonna be an accountant? Counting my ass, dude. No fucking way. I don't know. So, yeah, I mean, dating apps suck. They're just the worst. You just sit and you swipe for hours, and then you get, like, no matches. They go nowhere. Nothing ever goes anywhere on these apps, even if you're just trying to fuck. So, it is what it is. All right, guys, I'm fucking exhausted. It's literally 4:06 in the morning. I did my 47 minutes. You're welcome. You're literally welcome. I'm sorry I took last week off. Again, crazy fucking schedule. I will be back next week in full, probably with a guest. I will record another solo episode, one that's more energetic than this one. I'm sorry. I needed, just get some of this shit off. This is also just a coping mechanism as much as it is entertainment, so sometimes it's a little bit more cope than a little bit more entertainment. So thank you guys so much. This has been episode 191. I appreciate it if you listened. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to go shit and drink my tea. Bye-bye.